Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques. Jacques.
Hawk.
What's up, y'all? What up,
what up?
People? Long time no see. I know, man. I know it.
Right. It has been a while, man. We was on a hiatus, man. We just took a little break. You know what I mean? Get your mentals right. But we back. We have a lot to talk about, y'all. A lot to talk about.
And what's so crazy, man, when me and Jacques talk about the Titans over the phone, man, those could have probably been 10 shows right there. The stuff we talk with from a 5-minute conversation to about an hour, man, about these Titans, man. I was like, man, it's so much going on, man. And so, for those that on Twitter, I know we had a few people, asking about the show and things. Hey, we're here. Just, just having, hey, just took a break. Got family and things like that. But, man, we ain't going nowhere. We here, man. So, what's going on, folks? Let's talk about these Titans, Jacques.
Let's do it.
Man. So, I had asked you, man. So, let's look at what we've gained and what we've lost. Okay. Now, I've seen on social media, man, so many texts and calls of people saying, man, what are the hell the Titans doing, right? What are they doing, right? And by the way, you guys see the updated microphone, right? We're making some adjustments and some improvements as well.
Right.
Jacques, I appreciate you getting the mic as well.
Absolutely.
So y'all see that, right? So we making moves, man. But I've had people ask me, Jacques, man, the Titans don't know what they're doing. How can you cut Malcolm Butler, Kenny Vacarro, losing Jonnu Smith and Corey Davis? We should have signed them. All these different things that I keep hearing, right?
Right.
And I already told you how I felt about it, right? Okay.
Right.
And I want to know what you all think about it as well. You can put it in the comment section as well. Jacques, how do you feel about it, bro?
You know what? And like you said, I'm a part of a couple of Facebook groups with Follow the Titans and Titans like fan groups on Facebook and Instagram. And I've seen a bunch of course, the fan thing to do is to panic into what are we doing? What are we doing? It's almost like it's an upgrade, right? And I'm fine with it. A lot of people were upset with the cuts of Jonnu, Corey Davis, Adoree Jackson, Vacarro, Butler, and I understand. I get it. They've put in work ever since they've been with the Titans, and they've put in good work. But to go from good to great, we literally have to upgrade our positions. We have to upgrade different things to get to where we want to get to. The ultimate goal is a Super Bowl. So, I mean, I'm like I told you on the phone, I'm fine with it, man. I'm fine with it. The players that we had, to me, they're good complementary players. Jonnu was a very, very big factor on this offense, and he's very versatile, can do different things that a lot of tight ends can't. But it's almost like a sacrifice thing. Like you got to win. You got to sacrifice some things to get where you ultimate goal is a Super Bowl. And the pickups, which we'll talk about in a minute, but I'm fine with it, brother. What about you?
So just like I mentioned about this microphone, right? It's an upgrade, okay? It's better than the mics that I've had. I know there's been 1 or 2 shows. My microphone was right? And you couldn't hear me, okay? Hopefully you all can hear me now on this microphone. It's hands-free. It's clear. So when I look at this, with an upgrade, I had to make some adjustments, right? I had to put this microphone on this table. I had to, screw it into the table. Had to adjust it, with even on my computer, so my computer could recognize the microphone. So I had to go through a few things to make the upgrade happen. That's what the Tennessee Titans are doing, man. Okay? Much respect to Jonnu Smith. Hey, Jonnu, go get your money, bro. Go get your paper. Malcolm Butler was the best defensive player we had last year. You know what I'm saying? He really did. For him, it was about money, right? And I get that. Malcolm Butler's like, hey, I did this. I deserve my money. I'm owed $10 million. The Titans felt like, hey, we can do much more with $10 million. Malcolm Butler, here's your releasing papers, right? And I know he'll go somewhere and ball out. Corey Davis. I told you, I say of all the players, for some reason, for me, as far as a hole, until that hole is filled, that's the biggest hole is wide receiver right now, right? But I understand the Titans saying, hey, Corey, hey, you've been a good receiver here. But if you're trying to make $10 to $13 million a year, it's not going to fly around here, man. Go get your money. Go get your paper. If somebody's willing to sign you, go do that. Like, the Titans gave them opportunities to stay, but wasn't willing to pay what they wanted. So, hey, you got to make hard decisions. Same for Kenny Vacarro. Vacarro and Butler got cut. You know what I'm saying? Based on contracts. So I'm ecstatic about it. As crazy as that is. I'm not happy with people losing their job, but you got to look at it from a business standpoint, right? And the Tennessee Titans right now, what they are doing right now is, I feel like they're doing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you mean, Hawk? What do you mean? So, and we'll talk about this as far as our additions. Tampa Bay is looking at it. The Titans are looking at it like Tampa Bay is, okay, let's get rid of defensive backs. Let's not put so much money in our DBs. Let's put it on our front seven, okay? When you look at Tampa Bay's defense, their DBs are subpar. They're okay, right? You know, Antoine Winfield Jr., he's probably the star of the group. He eventually will probably make a Pro Bowl. He's very good like his father. I remember his father with the Minnesota Vikings. The other DBs, there's some young dudes, right? They're still learning. So it's like, if they're okay, that's cool. Let's get our front seven. Let's let them be bulldogs. Let's rush the passer. Let's stop the run. You can have me and Jacques out there right now playing corner with the front seven that we're trying to build right now. So I understand what John Robinson's doing, and I'm okay with that. Like you said, Jacques, we were good. We're trying to get great. And sometimes there's an addition to subtraction, right? You take away things to add things later. And I think that's what's going on right now. So good luck, Malcolm Butler. Hope he finds a contract. Adoree Jackson, that was a surprise cut. That was. So, but I understand what they're trying to do, even with Adoree Jackson, to say, hey, bro, we can you missed 90% of the season last year, right? I mean, I know you were hurt, but we can get somebody in that spot. We'll holler at you. Kenny Vacarro, you've done great here. Good luck to you. Adam Humphries, good luck to you. Chris Milton, good luck to you. So, yeah. So I'm ecstatic about it. I don't know about you guys out there in the comments. I'm not sure if that's how you feel. I see what John Robinson's trying to do, Job.
See the vision. Also, let me ask you this, Hawk. Out of all those people that got cut, those players that got cut, who do you think is, and I think you just said it earlier, but who do you think is the biggest cut out of all of them? Like, that's going to be the biggest impact that we're going to see going into the season if we don't fill that hole correctly?
Yeah, it's Corey Davis. Now, I was initially thinking Malcolm Butler, but we have defensive backs. We got DBs. If John Madden Football 2021 was created right now, right, like or 2022, whatever the Madden is right now, if it was starting right now, our wide receiver group would be poor, okay? It's only A.J. Brown. That's really all we have. Cameron Bass and those guys here, right? Khalif Raymond's even not – his contract wasn't even up as well, right? He's a free agent right now. So A.J. Brown is all we have. So the Corey Davis is the biggest hole at the moment until we are able to fill that spot. Yes, they're free agents. Antonio Brown, Kenny Galladay, Juju Smith just got signed yesterday. Larry Fitzgerald. They're receivers out there as free agents, right? I think we need to fill that. Golden Tate from Nashville. I think that spot has to be filled. If not, that's where the hole is, a wide receiver. That's where I feel right now. If Madden, again, it would just be A.J. Brown. Our wide receiver group would get a grade of an F on Madden. And if I'm a defense, I'm going man zone all day. I'm bracketing the hell out of A.J. Brown and daring anyone else to try to make a play. And we're going to stack the box against Derrick Henry. We're not scared of you guys passing the ball. You know what I'm saying? Ferguson would have to be damn near wide receiver number 2 right now.
I agree.
For me, it's Corey Davis, man. So what about for you, Jacques?
Same. I mean, Corey, that's a huge hole that you have to fill coming out the gate because of the value. He was valuable. Now, the thing about Corey is if you're the 5th pick of the draft, and when it was time to when it was time to for him to step up in the playoffs, it was like, hey, we needed you at that right moment, and you didn't step up. And I think that's ultimately like, hey, that's what didn't get him paid was when he had his good times, he was good. But it's almost like you said this in like years ago that when he's on corner number 1, they got him locked down. So for me, it's Corey Davis having that continuity. Tannehill was familiar with him. I think they would have grew a little bit more if we would have signed him this year. But, you know, it's a business. It's a money thing. But like you said, we got options out there. I wouldn't go Golden Tate. It's the homer thing. I understand. But I would like somebody I would love to have Kenny Galladay in here. Kenny Galladay is a sneakily good player. But you ultimately you need 2 starters, actually.
Because
you
no
lost
paper, sir.
Right. We've lost Humphries too. So that's another hole that we have to fill. Now, if you look to the draft, of course, you got I think it's Bateman or Boatman from Minnesota.
Rashad Bateman. Yep.
Rashad Bateman
Number
from
0.
Minnesota.
Yep.
You got Elijah Moore, I think, from Ole Miss. He's a pretty good little slot option that you have. You got the kid from Clemson, T. Martin's son. So you have options in the draft, but it's hard for a day one starter to come in here from the draft, a rookie, and come in here and pick up the offense like that.
Exactly.
That's the hardest thing to do, unless he's the kids from Alabama who can come in here and just do it like that, and they won't be available about time we get to the 22nd pick. So that's something that we have to look at. So I mean, ultimately, we probably will pick up a free agent, some cheap option that can come in here and just be a plausible fill-in player. But I mean, we could change. We could trade for somebody. Like you said, we got Larry Fitzgerald. But does Larry Fitzgerald want to come here and play? I mean, it's a possibility. Antonio Brown. Like you said, there's plenty of options. I actually wanted Will Fuller. That was on my wish list because of the speed aspect. But you still have what's his name? He used to play in Miami with Tannehill. His name is crossing my mind. He was a Miami Dolphin. People, if you know who I'm talking about, put it in the comments.
Still with the Miami Dolphins?
It's Kenny Stills. No, is it Kenny Stills?
Yeah, Kenny Stills. Yes, sir.
It's Kenny Stills. It's Kenny Stills. Yes, he's out there. He's available. So that's somebody that's familiar with Tannehill and his tendencies. So that's somebody that you can bring in for like a cheap deal 1 year, maybe like $3 or $4 million, and just bring him in and see how he performs. But yeah, like to answer that question, man, definitely Corey Davis is the biggest loss that we have lost. So and Jonnu too, it comes in second. Because, like I said, his versatility is amazing, man. So the Patriots got them, and Bill Belichick the Patriots got them somebody that's versatile. But I feel like the offense is changing, and I think they're trying to go towards more of a not just a run heavy, but they're trying to get pass heavy as well, and they're trying to get with the time. So I get what they're doing, and you know, tight ends are valuable, but at the same time, I want to throw it to my receivers. So
Yep. And Jonnu got super paid.
He got paid, man.
Third highest contract for a guaranteed dollar for any tight end in NFL history. Really?
Yeah,
it's like
but it's a desperate time.
Mad at Tennessee on Net fans as far as like saying, "Hey, man, like Jonnu, you're a good, very good player, but are you
not worth that?"
You know,
I mean,
George Kittle, Travis Kelce, not yet.
Yes, yeah, he ain't that.
Right, not
they're more consistent.
He has the ability, the physical ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just hasn't proven that yet at that level, but New England sees something. Hey, Jonnu, get your money, bro.
Get your money. Get your paper, young man.
Yep, get your paper. So, Jacques, we talked a lot about the players that we lost. Very good players, right? I mean, Super Bowl winning Malcolm Butler, right?
Right.
You know, first round picks of Adoree Jackson and Corey Davis, who did very good here as Titan players, will always be remembered for what they've done here. You know what I mean? So let's talk about the additions, bro. Let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about that, Jacques. So, what do you think about the folks that we've added, man?
So we can go down the list, man. We got.
Let's go.
Denico. We'll start with him. Denico Autry, people. I don't know if you guys remember Denico Autry. When I was on the looking at some of the comments and some of these forums, these Titans pages and stuff, some people were like, "Who is Denico Autry?" I'm like, just go back and look at the tape. We played the Colts the first time, and it was I think it was number 96. 96. Okay.
96.
Autry,
and his jersey is always looking like this. That means he's out there.
It's crumbled. Bro. It looks crumbled, right? Denico Autry for the Colts in the past 3 years he's been with them. He's put up numbers: 9 sacks the first year, 3.5, 7.5 last year, right? 3.5 2019, 9 his first year in 2018. Of course, we know he was with the Raiders. Did his thing with the Raiders, right?
Yep.
This joker has 30 career sacks. Okay, something that we didn't do a very good job at last year, right?
Nope.
He is 6? I think I said 6'5", Hawk. I think the Joker is 6'5". Now listen to his measurables, people. His measurables is ridiculous, okay? Ridiculous, okay? This Joker, people, are you ready? He's 6'5", 285. 6'5", 285, right? That's an upgrade, okay? He has the power and strength.
And you said 30 sacks. And you said 30 sacks, right?
Yes.
And he's a defensive tackle, bro.
Yep, for his career. That's his career. Yes,
at
30
D
sacks.
tackle.
Yep, at D tackle. 30. He's been in the league since 2014, so he's 30 years old. You can't beat it. Yep. You can't beat it. I mean, to have the upgrade. Matter of fact, I think that's the most valuable pickup out of all the free agents we picked up. Besides Bud Dupree, this is one of my favorites. When we signed him, I was geeked because what he does not only supports in the run game, he can plug that middle along with Big Jeff. He can also get sacks. And we'll talk about the other additions too. But I love this pick. What about you?
Man, the Denico Autry pick was amazing. We clearly knew who he was, you and I did. Because when we played against them and he was on the field, Derrick Henry wasn't running as wild as he was when he was not on the field, right? He made a hell of a difference. We've made an upgrade in that regard. No question about it. And as you mentioned, 30 sacks. Some people might, oh, that's all right. No, he's a defensive tackle. He's a inside tackle. You're not expected to make maybe 5 sacks. He had 7, 8. Well, you said 7 last year, 7.5 last year, right? Of course, we got to talk about that boy, Bud Dupree, man. So they interviewed Bud Dupree. You know, he played at the University of Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yep.
Yes. He was speaking on the fact that he's always been a Titans fan. Always. He's always been a Titans fan. You can clearly tell he's excited to be here. Okay. Yep. They asked him yesterday about the fact that, hey, you know, you had your good amount of sacks and plays, but you had TJ Watt on the other side. He answered it quickly. He's like, just watch the tape. That's what he said. Right. Watch the tape. You'll see what I do, right? So Bud Dupree not only was a Titans fan, he's getting paid, okay? Yes. And it's for a 5-year deal, right?
Yeah. Yep. That was 85 million.
Yeah. So the Titans are like, hey, dude, you are our guy, okay? Yep. You are the dude. So Bud Dupree, do your thing. Yes, Bud Dupree got injured last year, tore his ACL. And even when that happened, I already knew, just based upon the needs that we needed and, you know, the media outlets, that the Titans were interested in Bud Dupree. And when he got hurt, I was like, man, that sucks, man. Right? But, you know, with medicine, with surgery, you know, I would hope that he will be back to normal. You know what I'm saying? Get back to where he was previously. They're saying that his healing is going great right now, that he'll be ready when the season starts. That's great news. That him and Autry have completely changed our defense. Completely. When you add that with Big Jeff, Daquan is still here. You add that with possibly Jadeveon Clowney, right? Harold Landry, right? Tart, Tierre Tart. You add all these guys together as a front. Dude, that looks completely different than what we had last year. Completely different. So just like Tampa Bay. Tampa, yes, won. Tom Brady was the quarterback. Facts. But I told Jacques before the playoffs started, Tampa Bay will win the Super Bowl because of their defense, because of their front seven. Those guys are wild. They sack the quarterback. They tackle well. They play crazy. That's the type of front that we have right now. And I'm ecstatic about this. I'm huge on these additions. I think the additions have outweighed the subtractions by far. Yes, we're hurting as far as our DBs, but we're going to talk about that too because, folks, we got our front seven. It's where we need to play ball. I'm ecstatic about adding Bud Dupree and Denico Autry. Welcome, Bud Dupree, Denico Autry. Welcome to Nashville, dog.
Bud got 8. He had eight sacks last year. Yeah, more than the Titans. He had 11 and a half in 2019. So
that's right.
I mean, like you said, he's going to allow them other players to eat, and when they eat, they're going to eat, and it's exciting to see that front seven.
Right.
So
that's right. So Ja, we're talking about our big free agent signings, right? You know, we got other players that we've signed. Several DBs, and even re-signing Jayon Brown, bro. Right. So. What do you think about the other players that we have signed as well?
So you got Lamm from Cleveland, the offensive tackle, who is going to come in. I think he's versatile. Only thing I noticed with him, he struggles with the pass a little bit. But I mean, signing was it Quisenberry or was it
Ty Sembrello.
Ty Sembrello? Signing him back, man. I'm fine. He performed what I need. We needed him to perform and how he performed. Yep. So that helped out big time. Bringing back Jayon. I've just read an article that Jayon had offered some other teams, but he turned them down just to come back to the Titans. So that tells me he has something special. So something they can work out a long-term deal throughout the season, which they'll figure something out. And he has something to prove. Jayon knows, hey, I love this team. This team has just done wonders for me. So I'm going to stay here and I'm going to try to the ultimate goal is to get us a Super Bowl. This year, 2021, my mind frame is Super Bowl, nothing else. Super Bowl or die, right? Yeah. Bringing in the Jackrabbit, Janoris Jenkins. Now, I know I think we tried to bring him in a couple of years ago when he became a free agent. Two parties didn't really work out. Tried it again when I think we was like one of the teams before he went to the Saints that was on his radar. Finally came to the Titans. So it was like, hey, this is a big upgrade over Butler. and ultimately, I had hope for Adoree. I did. I had hope for Adoree. The problem with Adoree is an athlete playing football. And when you're an athlete playing football, trying to learn a position, if you didn't do it in Pop Warner or high school, it's kind of hard to get on board. So he was just out there being an athlete. We have a true corner, a true man corner. And if you look at Kevin Johnson, who we signed, these are man corners, not zone corners. So what that's telling me is our defense is going towards more of a man scheme versus a zone scheme. So the additions that we're getting, and what you said too, Hawk, bringing in that front seven, showing it up, I'm okay with our defenses and our defensive backs being average. Also, you got Amani Hooker, who actually gets a shot now. I told you guys. What happens is John Robinson drafts your clone. Right when we drafted Amani Hooker, I said, man, that's Vaccaro's ticket out of here, man, because, he hits harder. He plays harder than Vaccaro. And I'm not saying I like Vaccaro, don't get me wrong, but he just brings a different style of energy. So with the additions and the bringing Ferguson back, Swarm, that tells me, even with the Jonnu cut, bringing them back, how they performed last year, when Jonnu was out for a couple of games, they were able to pick. It's like you never missed Jonnu. You missed that versatility, yes, but you never missed it. That tells me too, hey, John was okay. I'm like, you know what? I can bring him back cheaper. Their productivity last year was on par, so we got it. So, man, with what we've brought in and what we've kept, I'm fine with. I want us to get a receiver. We got to get some type of receiver. We didn't do it last year in the draft. And with us not doing it last year in the draft, I'm like, hopefully this year. I'm like, come on now. So definitely.
Yeah. I agree. Looking at the additions that we've had, I really like the Janoris Jenkins pickup. Janoris Jenkins is a dog at corner, pure man cover corner, a gambler at that too. And ladies and gentlemen, if you've not seen him play, watch some tape of him. Dude is a gambler. He is a dog. And he's been in the league for a long time. And he's even had big contracts. Even when he was with the New York Giants, he's had big contracts. Okay. Janoris Jenkins is his own agent too. That's an interesting fact. Right. They say Kevin Johnson, I remember him playing with the Texans, real tall corner, cover corner as well. Two totally different corners than what we've had. You know what I'm saying? They are literally in your face type of corners. And I'm ecstatic about Jayon Brown. And if Jayon, for some reason, if you just listen to the show, man, hey, bro, welcome back, bro. Hey, we appreciate the fact that, he took a pay cut. He could have cashed in right now, but with the TV ad deal that just got signed, the next year is when money is going to start to roll. So Jayon is like, I'm betting on myself. I'll take this $5 million, right? I'll take this. We got Bud Dupree. We got these defensive players coming to help me too. Hey, that's only going to help me because the front seven, the front four, they do their thing. Then I'm free out here to do what I want to. I could be like Devin White out here, right, and make plays, right? So he's betting on himself, and I really think that's actually a smart move, to be honest with you, man. And because he could have got signed with somebody next year, he'd have been like, man, damn, I should have just stayed and waited another year. He said Kendall Lamm, the offensive lineman, that's more for depth. Since who we haven't talked about? Dennis Kelly. We haven't said nothing about Dennis Kelly. Now, I will tell y'all, Dennis Kelly had a heck of a season last year. Okay, yes. He really did. He played very, very well. But looking at his contract, they feel that they can plug and play anybody at right tackle right now. Let's save some money at the right tackle spot and upgrade our defense. This all was a defensive move. That's all this was. Our defense was trash last year. Do y'all understand that? Terrible. 28th in the league. One of the worst defenses in the NFL history on third down. You had to make some wholesale changes. And so when I even look at special teams, I thought special teams could have done better. Who do we get? Morgan Cox, right? A long snapper. Pro Bowl long snapper.
Pro Bowler,
They say he's the best long snapper in the league. Not only that, Morgan Cox is from Tennessee, okay?
Right.
So he's home. He's home.
Right.
He's home, right? He's from Memphis and went to UT Knoxville. He's home, okay? You look at Breon Borders, bringing him back, you know what I'm saying, as a backup. I think, hey, at times, Breon Borders played stellar. He had a real bad game against Cleveland, but overall, hey, we need depth. He's there for us. And we picked up Jullian Taylor, was a defensive tackle as well, too, as a free agent. You know what I'm saying? And I am so glad that we brought back ASAP Ferguson, right? And Jeff Swaim as well.
He called him ASAP first. I liked it.
yeah, that's what they call him, ASAP. That's what they say. And so I think the additions so far have outweighed the subtractions. We still need more, you know, especially wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? But I would say our defense has improved versus our offense right now, you know, versus what we had last year. Even though we lost some starters, I see where we're going. It's a defensive team. And you know, one thing too, I think John Robinson was like, you know, yes, it's the coaches. The coaches, and we're going to talk about that Mike Vrabel having some beef with Dean Pease because there was beef. There was some beef. You know, there was an interview, Jacques, I think you sent it to me, about Wesley Woodyard. Woodyard had stated, you know, the last time that Dean Pease had coached was the last playoff, the previous game before the game that they lost against the Chiefs 2 years ago in the playoffs. Mike Vrabel wanted to take over. So now it's like, okay, now Vrabel, okay, now this is your team now. You know, you got your players that you want or whatever. Let's see what you do. Can't blame the players. You know, by playing people, it means you said the players were trash. Now you got a whole new crop of players. Let's see what happens.
Now it's facts. Like you said, it's the ego, man. John Robinson has given him free range to just run amok and do what he want to do. And it's a good thing, but it can be a bad thing too. And like Woodyard said, I think it ultimately cost him that AFC championship, and just putting it in his hands, bro, just be the coach. And so this allows the two new additions on the coaching staff, the defense and offensive coordinators, man, they're going to have to step up now because, like you said, you have the personnel. You have the personnel. It's like giving you a cheat sheet. I gave you the cheat sheet to the test, and you still failed the test. Something's wrong there. At the end of the day, it's not them, it's you, right? So you have Bud Dupree. You have Autry. You have Jeff Simmons. Because people, if you notice, when Jeff Simmons was successful is when Jadeveon Clowney was out there playing. When he got hurt, that's when he kind of digressed, and they were double teaming Jeff Simmons, and he couldn't really be himself. Now that you have Autry, I mean, that's going to be a hard thing to scheme, man. It's going to be real hard. And we also, too, we didn't talk about this. We're going to have to – I know Titans run a 3-safety set sometimes. So you're going to have to get another safety. Hey, I would love to get Richie Grant in the draft, man. Richie Grant, man, is amazing. People, if you don't know who Richie Grant is, look, turn on some UCF tape, man. That safety is amazing. But I ultimately think he's going to the Patriots because Patrick Chung just retired. So that's a wish list of mine. But yeah, we have some holes to fill, but it's nothing. Let me say this. It's easy holes, and we can kind of see what we need to fill prior to free agency. It was all over the board. It's like, okay, we don't know if we need to fill this. We don't know if we need to fill this hole. So now I'm confident, and I'm kind of intrigued going into the draft. It's like, okay, let's see. The Titans, hey, if Bateman's on the board, pick him up. He's one of the he's a good route runner, very strong, got good hands. Pick him up. We need speed. We got Elijah Moore at Ole Miss. Pick him up, right? Yeah. We need another offensive tackle. I wouldn't be mad if we picked another one. We got 2 third-round picks. People, we got draft capital this year. We got 2 third rounds and 2 6th-round picks. Yep. So we have draft capital, and we know John Robinson, how his draft works. First-round picks are sort of but second through like the 4th round, you get gems. He gets starters. I mean, that's where A.J. Brown came from, Nate Davis. We know Big Jeff came in the first, but Byard, Henry. I mean, you You name it, we go to the list. You name it, we've come out with good gems with those draft selections. So I think the first round pick, please hit on it. But I would say get the best available. Also, we even might need a corner. We're going to need a corner. Let me say that. We're going to need a corner. Even though we got Christian Fulton, coaching staff don't trust him enough yet. So we're going to need probably either pick one up or draft one. Casey Hayward's still out there. I like him. Bring him back home. We went to Vanderbilt. Bring him back home, right? Yep. And he's a good serviceable corner. I wanted Pat P, but Pat P's with the Vikings, which is okay. So you got J.C. Horn from South Carolina. You have Caleb, I think, from Virginia Tech. You have Ashanti Samuel Jr., Florida State. You know what I mean? You got the kid from Alabama. I mean, you got several corners out there. So 22nd pick is going to be very intriguing for the Titans. Mm-hmm. And I think, and that's a whole nother show we're going to get on draft. Been doing my homework, people. So, but it's just different options and different things that we can do. So I'm excited, man.
Yeah, me too. Me as well, man. Great point. You know, we kind of, you can see it now. Like, okay,
right.
You know, we have, because we've been talking a lot about, you know, having to fix our front seven. I don't really see that anymore, right?
Me.
So that's huge. That's huge
right.
for us, man. And so Jacques, man, so I was looking, man, this morning, and shout out to my boy Daryl. He sent me the text, man, about Isaiah Wilson. So y'all know, of course, Isaiah Wilson was our first round pick, and we traded him for a 7th round pick to the Miami Dolphins. So I got to say this, Jacques. All right. So Isaiah Wilson might be the worst first round pick in NFL history.
Yep.
I mean that.
Mm-hmm.
And it might not be to that magnitude because he wasn't like the top pick or the top 5. I get that. So maybe people might look at it, are you saying that because you're a Titans fan? I understand that. But Isaiah Wilson played 4 plays on special teams. That's it, right? He wasn't hurt, nothing like that. He played 4 plays. He was out on COVID 2 or 3 times, right? Now, looking at the situation with Isaiah Wilson, Jacques, they traded him to the Miami Dolphins. I was like, you know, the Titans are kind of savage in this regard. You couldn't make it in Nashville. We're going to trade you to Miami, okay? Hey, if you've never been to Miami, go to Miami if you want to have a good time and kick it, right? Miami's unbelievable. It's like top 3 probably cities in the United States just to have a ball. Beach, the water, the liquor, anything. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's so much to see in Miami. We're going to take you to Miami. And as a young guy with all the women in Miami and all the things that's going on in Miami, that was a death trap for him. It was. And he got released today by the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins had offered to get him some help because he needs help. And he refused, and they got him cut. So we just got a free pick, really. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. I feel bad for Isaiah Wilson. I do, because I think it's something mental. And, you know, it's not, I don't know, he's going to have to do it on his own, but it's a mental thing with Isaiah. I think he's mentally immature and disturbed. That's just my opinion on it. What about for you, Jacques?
I mean, he had an opportunity. He let the money get to him. I mean, if you see his Instagram, he's has stacks of money around, just parties and everything. And I think with him, he's a kid, man. He's a kid that's not ready for this type of lifestyle. And it's like that. And that's the problem with this whole thing is you giving kids millions and millions of dollars and you telling them, hey, keep a straight path, man. When I was 22, 21, 20, if you gave me $1 million, man, I'm going to do the same thing, act a freaking fool. But you have to have maturity enough to be like, hey, I got an opportunity that probably only 100 people get, maybe a year or once in a life. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Say I played in the NFL. Right. I went to the NFL. I played amongst the best of the best, and I was successful at it. Right.
Yep.
With him, it can't be no excuse. He has his mother and father in his life. He went to a good school, the SEC school, right? And you just saying, hey, I'm not here. I don't want no help. That just tells me that I don't know if something happened. Somebody told him something where he just gave up and was like, I'm not this good. Or maybe he doesn't really want to play football. Maybe he's one of them kids. When people, I don't know if you understand this, if you ever play football, at one point in time in your life, you got tired of playing football. You're like, I'm tired of this. I don't want to play no more. I'm done. I just want to chill. I want to enjoy life. I'm tired of hitting. I'm tired of getting up early. I'm tired of practicing. I'm just it's a silly thing, I know, but it happens. So it could be one of those things where he got to the NFL, got the money, and said, you know what? I'm not finna play. I don't feel like playing. I don't feel like doing this. He's lazy. And I think you mentioned, Hawk, a story that somebody close to Isaiah Wilson, right?
Yes. While he was at the University of Georgia.
Yep.
And I shared as well, a former college teammate of mine's son was Isaiah Wilson's roommate at the University of Georgia. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And my homie told me that, at that time, Isaiah is a good dude, good kid, but he's young-minded. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Real young-minded. And it's amazing, actually, that he said this before, before all the issues happened. When he got drafted, that's the first thing he said. He said, Hawk, man, I met this guy. That Joker, first of all, is huge up in person. But, he reminds you of a young child, and it sort of has been playing out like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he can be as big as he wants to, but everybody's brain is about the same size, right? It's what's in your brain is what counts, right? So, yeah.
Good luck to him, man. I hope he gets the help that he needs. It's unfortunate, but good luck to him. I don't know. Somebody need to get to him and talk to him, man. Talk to him and have a conversation. That's if he listens. If he don't, good luck to you, brother. So,
yep, that's right, man. That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was fun, Jacques. Man,
it was. Been a long time coming, bro. Long time.
Absolutely. Well, y'all, that ends the show, y'all. Thank you as always for tuning in to the show. Of course, we got many more shows to come. Even when the draft, we know we're gonna talk about the draft. We've done that for several years now. Can't wait to do that. Any other new free agent signings or anything like that, we're gonna bring that back as well too. We still, again, have merchandise online. If you want to check out our merchandise, you can check it out on Teespring. Tennessee Titans Weekly, from mugs to shirts. Man, you want it, we got it. So check it out, man. Check it out.
Definitely. Like I tell you every video, man, share the video. Like the video, gets us in the YouTube algorithm. We got where we can continue to bring content. And once you put in Tennessee Titans, our stuff will pop up. Also, share the video to your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your dog, your cat. Tell everybody, man. Share it on LinkedIn. So, hey, like we always do, man. We here, like the Hawk said, we ain't going nowhere. We took a little hiatus. Yes, we did. But, hey, we're back. And we got some treats coming down from y'all. Down the line, we got some treats coming, man. So just get ready, man, and tighten up. And I'm excited, man. Next step is the draft. So, it's going to be interesting, dog.
Yep. And so for those that don't know as well, check out our Instagram. The last thing, we didn't put it on YouTube, but check it out on Instagram. We interviewed Albert Haynesworth, the great, right? The Titan legend. We interviewed him during the Super Bowl. So it's on our Instagram page. Check it out. We wanted to put it on YouTube, but we just decided to just keep it on Instagram. So sometimes we're on Instagram as well too. We have other formats that we have, but the interview with Albert Haynesworth was awesome. If he's listening to the show, hey bro, we appreciate it, man. You're a stand-up dude, bro.
Stand up. Cool dude, man. Albert is a solid dude. Matter of fact, we might try to get him on the actual show.
Absolutely.
So just be looking out for that. Yeah, we'll get him on the show. I know he has his podcast too, so it'd be dope to get on there too. So
that's right. He's definitely down. Down. Yeah. It'll happen at some point. Just keep your eyes and ears open, folks. And speaking of Instagram, our Instagram is at Tennessee Titans Weekly, of course, and on Twitter, Titans Weekly 24/7. So hey, we're here, folks. We're here.
Likewise. Tighten up.
We'll holler at you, folks. Facts. No paper.
No paper.